Welcome to Sprout League 2. The second match of the day, is between Cajon in the red and Xian in the blue. We are currently in the stage of the map voting, where the participants are choosing their bans. Xian chooses to ban Spider's Den 3 times. Cajon bans Champion's Court, Volatile Metalworks, and Skip. So the options for the first round are Construction Fortress, Bulbin Grotto, Battle Yard, and Concrete Playground. Now, this is certainly a rather imbalanced matchup. Xian is solidly now in the top 5, while Cajon is around the middle of the pack and has been out of practice for months. That said, the chance he stands is a non-zero one, and we can all see how well he does. If he's very lucky, or very surprisingly competent, or Xian proves to make a surprising blunder, Cajon could well win at least one round. Well, we'll see how Construction Fortress goes. Let the round begin! Oof. Oh, wow. Very, very narrowly is that Pikmin of Cajon's saved. It was just about to meet its end in the jaws of that Dwarf Bulborb, but then the Dwarf Bulborb met its own end just in time. Xian, meanwhile, seems to be killing these guys with much fewer problems. Indeed, he seems to have all of his in already. Cajon gets started on the bridge extra early as the Dwarf Bulborb hops over the bridge faster than even I anticipated, and already stands to eat 2 of his Pikmin. Although Xian also loses one of his Pikmin to his equivalent dwarf. And Cajon just managed to walk 2 Pikmin and the Dwarf Bulborb off the map. What he should have done, and what Xian did do, was lure the Dwarf Bulborb a bit closer away from the edge. Xian has finished his bridge, and he's rapidly clearing out all obstacles between him and mid. We have a similar, just in the nick of time save for Xian from that Baronet, as Cajon is fighting his way through to mid now, although zoomed in as much as he is, there's not a whole lot I can see. Well, he did zoom back out now. As Xian is currently almost to the center marble. Cajon gets there first, but with only 11 Pikmin to Xian's like 30 or so. He initiates a doomed contest. And heads back to base. Presumably this was to slow Xian down. But it did not deter the marble whatsoever. The center marble is now Xian's. And while the Pikmin numbers are very similar, Cajon is now going to need to take a marble from Xian's side of the map to stand a chance. And I don't see that happening right now. Xian is already spicied and split and is taking marble from Cajon's side. The exact opposite of what should be happening. Now Cajon counter-spices, but it's likely to be full bittered unless... No, he does split. Bitters from both sides. Xian's bitter proving far more consequential, as it bitters a greater proportion of Cajon's squad. As Xian gets back to business. And Cajon gets back to base. Where he is greeted by a volatile Dweevil and a snitch bug that's chucking his Pikmin off the map! Cajon does manage to collect one marble. But this is as Xian is on his third and ready to win with the pocket. Oh dear, Cajon misses the bitter. And Xian hits it big time. I guess Cajon only expected things to go this way the first time, and he was admittedly out of practice for months. To a large extent, not his own fault. This is just unfortunate, honestly. Xian 1, Cajon 0! Right, this time we are going to... Well, we don't know yet. I don't know why I was even seeing that. Saying that, not seeing that. Ugh. We are now having the bands for the second round. Xian, once again, bans Spider's Den 3 times. Good taste. Definitely agree with that. While Cajon bans Volatile Metalworks, Group Playground, and Skip, same as last time. The options this time are Bulbear Basin, Decayed Garden, Citadel of Steel, and Warbox. So far, we have one vote for Bulbear Basin from Xian, while Cajon opts for Citadel of Steel, and we have 2 votes each to play the most banned map that's not currently banned, and to let the YouTube chat, we're on YouTube now, choose the map. And in the end, YouTube chat will be choosing the map. We have 2 people opting for Submerged Skirmish. Wait, is that... Okay, it's not banned. It's not banned. So it's 2 for Submerged. 2 for Submerged. Going once. Going twice. Submerged Skirmish it is. And to answer your question, Cajon is red and Xian is blue. I did say this at the beginning, but not everyone was here for the beginning, so... Perfectly understandable someone will be asking that, apart from the fact that I did indicate the colours here on the overlay. Whatever. I don't pay that much attention to these. Sometimes I pay an embarrassingly low amount of attention to things as well. Frankly, this is not particularly embarrassing, actually, compared to some of the things I've missed. Right. We have so much courage. Let the round. Once Cajon is ready. And once Xian is ready. Xian actually isn't ready. Okay, Xian's ready. Is Cajon ready? Yes, he is. Let the round begin! Submerged Skirmish. The most dangerous of all 20 maps. 4P battle adds to the game. Immediately Cajon figures out, or finds out I should say, that this is the layout with Withering Blowhogs as the pockets in the back of each player's base. These Withering Blowhogs contain a marble each. There are 2 of them, 1 for each player. Each contains a marble. Not all of our participants seem to know this. It is quite obscure. I did put it in the maps guide, but no one seems to read that. But yeah, one time we had a match go on for a really long duration of time because neither participant knew that the marbles were in the Withering Blowhogs. Well, right now, both players are trying to deal with the enemies immediately outside of mid. Xian faces the unfortunate positioning of a Toxic Blowhog, a Bulbmin, and a Dirigibug, all in the same spot. But he is so far managing... Well, apart from the fact there's a Volatile Dweevil here too! But since the Volatile Dweevil got stuck against the Blowhog, it didn't travel any further and took out half of its HP. Cajon, meanwhile, is still trying to fight his way through this lot. Unfortunately, he does not manage to get the bomb to hit the Dirigibug itself. That is quite hard to do, actually. I've never managed to do it myself. Now he's trying to deal with this Wally and this Blowhog at the same time. He just walks past both of them. Now he wants the cherry. It would probably help Cajon a lot here to deal with these enemies if he was more appropriately using his camera. But that is often a skill easy to learn and hard to master. And as he has himself said, and I have repeated multiple times now, he is rather out of practice right now. So what we're seeing here does make quite a lot of sense. Xian is taking this opportunity to spicy across multiple marbles in mid. If he feels particularly greedy, he could honestly go for all 4. That's exactly what he's doing! He's not alone. There is a Dirigibug here. And at this point, Xian is successfully getting away with 4 marbles. This round could actually be over before the Water Wraith even spawns. The Spicy runs out, but by this point, Xian has little to worry about, if anything. Cajon is now finally making his way to mid to find it stripped bare. He now chases after Xian with a Spicy of his own, which gets about half bittered. Still has some Spicy left on him, but by this point it is too late. And indeed, Xian manages to win this round in less than 5 minutes, and so the Water Wraith did not even spawn. Xian 2, Cajon 0. This time Cajon bans Volatile Metalworks, Skip, and... oh, he skipped for a second ban. So what's he going to do for his third? Oh, Concrete Playground. Okay, so it was the same bans in a slightly different order. While Xian once again bans Spider's Den, and Spider's Den. This time the options are Rusted Ring, Combat Zone, Citadel of Steel, and Halls of Grandeur. What do you know? 4 nice maps for a change. This time we apparently once again have the vote to let the chat choose. 4 votes? Okay, that's 1 for Rusted Ring. Hit us with your picks, YouTube chat. You can pick any map that isn't currently banned. So you can't pick Volatile Metalworks, Spider's Den, or Concrete Playground. You can pick any of the other 17 maps. So that's 1 for Rusted Ring, 1 for Emperor's Arena, 1 for Rusted Ring or Emperor's Arena. So it's a tie between Rusted and Emperor's. Any more for any more? Deep Blue. Alright, that's 2 for Rusted, 2 for Emperors, 1 for Deep Blue. No, shut up. I'm not going to count somebody who picks 2 of them. 1 for Rusted, 1 for Emperors, 1 for Deep Blue. 1 for Rusted, 1 for Emperors, 1 for Deep Blue. Going once. Going twice. A 3-way tie, which I'm going to break by rolling a random number from 1 to 3. 1 is Rusted, 2 is Emperors, 3 is Deep Blue. What have we got? Deep Blue! Let the round begin! Okay, this time there is not a water dumble behind the pellet posies. That's good. Xian tries to deal with this dumble but misses all of his direct throws. Not that a direct throw means much against the water dumble. Cajon is trying to deal with this Wally now. He's just leaving the Pikmin to their own devices. I do not see this ending well. Oh no, it actually might end well! Certainly and better than Xian's attempt! He's already lost 4 Pikmin! Who knows, maybe Cajon might actually win this one! Right. Oh dear, this isn't good. This Pikmin AI! Why is Pikmin AI like this? Insult to injury here with these Bulborb larvae right on the sprouts. That said, Xian is also suffering some more losses. Despite that, he has 5 Pikmin up right now. And here they are, the mini marbles. Collect 5 of these bad boys and you get a full yellow marble. There are only 6 normal marbles on this map anyway. So if it goes 3 to 3, it will come down to the minis, or to a base rush. There are only 9 mini marbles in total, and they are all in different random water dumbles. You cannot know in advance where they will all be. So you gotta just try your luck with as many as you can kill. More Bulborb larvae for Cajon. He's dealt with them now. Ready to send Xian a jelly float. Well, not much point now. I say not much point now. Xian's already leaving the base as Cajon proceeds to send the jelly float as Xian is leaving the base. I think he just wanted to get rid of it. I mean, fair. It's pretty useless. Most of the time. I mean, one time Drought actually used it to great effect against me. I will always remember that. Ooh, Sticky Bomb. Cajon does manage to get his Pikmin to safety. But Xian is taking full advantage of the fact that he has 20 Pikmin up. Well, not 20 anymore. 15 now. But he did get a marble out of this. Now Cajon gets to return the favour with some Bulborb larvae of his own, but one of them falls outside the map. I guess that could be an interesting tactic. If you know your opponent is going to drop Bulborb larvae on you, go off to the edge of the room. Alright. Cajon's having another go. What's he gonna try and do this to? Ah, that's right, he's growing. He knows most of his problems right now coming from the fact that he's 15 Pikmin down. But Xian knows this as well, which is why he's trying to steal corpses off Cajon so he can't close the gap. With that, Xian has managed to successfully take both of these marbles from this room here in mid. And And the Pikmin gap has grown to 17, but will imminently shrink back to 12. Cajon knows at this point he's probably going to need to use a spicy and time it well. Or just make sure, yeah, probably just, yeah, make sure he can hold on to these corpses, but here's the thing. The more Pikmin you have, the more Pikmin you can have. As Xian is proving very quickly. It's the growth paradox. The best way to get yourself out of a situation where you have fewer Pikmin than your opponent is to grow. And yet, your opponent, because they have more Pikmin than you, is well positioned to stop you from growing. In other words, the best way to avoid this problem is to simply make sure you grew enough in the first place, try not to lose too many Pikmin, we'll see if you can use cherries and other such things to your advantage to get your opponent's Pikmin killed, or if it really comes down to it, use a spicy. But Xian was actually the one who used the spicy here. He probably just wants to get this over with. He knows how this is going to go, he just wants it to go that way faster. Of course, this was a bit of a risky move for him. Wait, no it wasn't. He's got a marble back there as well. So then that'll beat him on 3 marbles. Easiest way to win at that point will probably just be hunting down 3 more minis. That Pikmin gap has finally closed to 6. Xian knows he's going to need good positioning here. And that's what he's trying to get. Cajon knows he needs to find a way to play around this. Oh, here comes a Wally! There go 11 Pikmin! Cajon is now the one with the numbers advantage. He ought to use it. Oh, he is using it. He's using it to be able to take these corpses without Xian being able to intercept them. To grow the advantage he now has even further, hit 50 and stand a chance at winning. This could be it. This could be the turnaround. Oh, well, as a result, Xian is also using this time he now has to get his growth on himself. That said, these corpses will only be sufficient for Xian to grow to 45. As Cajon has now also hit 45 and will be at 50 with this corpse as well. The thing is, this corpse is going to take a while to get there. Cajon needs to deal with this Wally, or he needs to just make sure it doesn't deal with his Pikmin. As Cajon is spicing with only 20 of his total 45 Pikmin. As I think... Oh. Ah, I see what Xian's trying to do. He's trying to get the spicy Pikmin all together so he can bitter them all at once. And that's exactly what he's done. This round is now over. It was over for the moment Cajon spicied with only 20. Which I don't think he meant to do. Bulb Larvae will delay the inevitable, but it is nonetheless inevitable. The result: Xian 3, Cajon 0. Alright, this time, the vote concludes with Rusted Ring being the pick. Let the round begin! Rusted Ring. Good old Rusted Ring. The map that apparently will soon be getting reworked. As it stands, the main outstanding feature of... the main distinguishing feature of Rusted Ring is... if you look at the spray counts, you only get one of each. You've really got to make it count. Now, rather unusually, Xian is using the maximum level of zoom in. I guess he feels like that helps him hit the dwarf bulbs. Well, what works, works. Well, Cajon can safely leave those Pikmin to deal with the fiery blowhog. Now it's Xian's turn to deal with this toxic blowhog. Down it goes. And he has quite the hole now. So big a hole, he can't even carry all of it. He's one Pikmin short. Cajon is the first to the cherries, going out of his way to acquire them. Let's see if this pays off for him. Xian realizes what he's up to and tries to shut it down. But the Bulborb gets in his way, and he's only able to secure one of these cherries as Cajon gets away with 3. Cajon's also not done dealing with these dwarf Bulborbs. That's a task he's seeing to now. And the first cherry he gets is a Bomb Storm that he can save for just the right moment to... Ah, I see what Xian's doing. Wait, what? Okay, I don't think he meant... It appears he did not mean to do that. His controller started being weird, I think. Yes, Xian has confirmed it. Either he figured it out on his own, or at some point he watched part of the stream back between rounds and listened to me describe this tactic. Going against the edge of a room to get some of the bombs from the bomb storm to fall outside the map. Now, for a participant in the current match, to be listening to the stream of that match is cheating. So Xian better have come up with this himself. Then again, it is like him to come up with unorthodox moves. He was the first, the first, or at least the first one to be famous, to use the Pied Piper tactic of getting a bunch of your opponent's Pikmin to aggro onto you and follow you far away from where your opponent is, often into a hazard. We have a famous clip where he managed to do that once on, I think, Deep Blue it was. As right now, Cajon is trying to stop Xian's marbles with an unspicy squad. He has had limited success at this. Keyword, limited. Xian's right back on his way to reverse course, which he's successfully done for one marble, and he looks like he is about to do for the other. But if Cajon can get back and fetch enough of his Pikmin, he may be able to save this one. Now what Cajon has, as a result of this play that Xian made, is a spare bitter, which he may choose to use to deny Xian the next marble he wants to go for. In fact, he'd better do that, because the next marble Xian will be going for will be the winning one. Cajon manages to keep him away, and to keep the marble away temporarily, from the onion, buying him a little bit of time. This little bit of time could make all the difference, depending on what Cajon's next move is. He has the positional advantage, he needs to use it. He ought to capitalize on it by... he ought to grow it even further with these batites. Yes! Now spicy! Now, he needs to separate out. He needs to separate out the squad. Separate out the squad. Oh dear. Yes! He manages to get the Pikmin away from the bomb, while also not getting too close to the other half of the squad for Xian to fall bitter. In fact, Xian already has used his bitter. He had to only bitter half. Cajon has decisive map control. He's turning it around. He's doing it. He just needs to keep at it! He needs to take the last marble as well! He needs not to push his luck. He needs not to let... He needs to stop Xian from being able to take that last marble. And the spare bitter he still has may just be the key to achieving this. He has a full stack of cherries. He needs to use them! Already he uses the rock storm, which kills 2 Pikmin. But Xian is on his way. Now he gets to flower up his squad. He needs to take all his carriers with him. That's exactly what he's doing. Right. Xian is at the marble. Flower, Cajon, flower up! Oh wait, no, I think I know what he's doing. He's waiting for this engagement to conclude so they can flower the Pikmin once they've respawned. He's just waiting for enough of them to have respawned before he uses the flower. Now he's going to try and distract the Withering Blowhog. Yes! He's doing it! And this barrier he wastes. As he is forced off his Pikmin by a Bulbear. This is not looking good. He secures more cherries, but he needs to go back and pluck. He needs to go back and pluck! Xian is on the way with his full squad. He does not have the numbers! Xian loses 6 Pikmin to this rock storm, but that is not going to be enough to save Cajon. He needs to go back. He needs to pluck. Oh dear, Xian's digging up the last marble. He needed to go back and pluck earlier! He may still barely be able to save this with the spare bitter! But he will need... At this point, he's gonna need a really good next cherry. He's gonna need a really, really good next cherry. Cajon, use... Oh wait, no, yeah. Oh, I think I get it. He's saving this. He's saving this when the marble is almost... Yes. But here is Xian with 17 Pikmin to keep him in his base. As the moment arrives. The moment of Xian's imminent victory. Now Cajon finally regains control of his squad from the antenna beetle, as it looks like things may be already over. With 30 Pikmin, Cajon makes it. All the way across. He stops to get cherries! As Xian indeed finds the winning marble in the clutches of the Dweevil. But Cajon is just dilly-dallying in mid. What is he up to? What is he doing? It's too late! He had the opportunity, and he blew it! He had the opportunity of the match, and he blew it! First by wasting the barrier, and then by being completely forced off the Pikmin by the Bulbear, instead of waiting the 10 seconds it takes to despawn and just going back. The end result, Xian 4, Cajon 0. That said, this is not over yet. There will still be at least one more round. Xian needs one more victory to be able to win the match. If Cajon can play this next one well enough, he could turn this around. This time we have Battle Yard. Right. We just had a nice talk with Cajon about how he does not suck as much as he believes he does. And he was actually playing really well that game until the end. It is time for Battle Yard. Let the round begin! I just saw in the Discord chat. Victor apparently only knows how to compliment people by means of insulting other people. I love it. I hate it so much that I love it. Like, I love how hateable it is. Like, I hate it so much that I can't help but actually love it. Anyway, we see fierce contests over the corpses, but that is just Battle Yard for you. This layout does not, well, no layout of Battle Yard has enough corpses to grow to 50. On 2 of the layouts, including this one, you can only grow to a maximum of 44 if both players take the same number of corpses. Cajon takes 2 cherries. He's on his way back to base. Xian loses a Pikmin to the Cannon Beetle. But he's finally got it down now, and he's taking it back. Now, Cajon is once again ready to move. He can summon a bumbling Snitch Bug, but he doesn't really have any point in doing it just yet. Oh, well, he does it to cycle through his cherries and see what else he gets. See if he gets anything that is immediately useful. No, he doesn't. While Cajon is busy dealing with this Cannon Beetle, Xian is busy regaining his strength. Now Xian is back with 31 Pikmin, as Cajon loses 1 to the Cannon. Xian is now ready to steal Cajon's corpse! And the marble too! And the other 2 corpses! What a greedy, greedy so-and-so. But hey, what gets you the advantage gets you the advantage. If it is doable by normal means, it is doable by legitimate means. All's fair in Dundorian war. Except the things that aren't fair. Alright. Looking at the numbers. Cajon has 30 Pikmin to Xian's 47. That raid on the corpses has done a lot for him. At this point, it's going to be difficult for Cajon to come back, as there are not too many corpses left, if any at all. He is going to need to use the cherries, or have some very clever use of sprays and or positioning here. Well, it just so happens that the cherries are all in one spot. But Xian is wary of this, and now he's spicing only to... No, that wasn't a full... It was a majority bitter, but not a full one. He still has 8 spicy Pikmin active, and he puts them all on a marble. Now Cajon is spicying, only to also get majority, but not full bittered, with... I think that's like 5 or 6 spicy Pikmin left. A roughly even trade, but the numbers themselves are very uneven, so in the end, this works out in Xian's favour. Cajon, seeing what is ahead of him here, gives up. But a final score of 5-0, Xian has won the match! That is all for today. Tomorrow we have 3 matches. The first between SBU and Possessed. The second between Jerry and Cosmic. And the third between myself and Berry. Not to be confused with Jerry. So,